Howdy, folks. Welcome, one and all, to another episode of Block Laying with Javi. Oh, hang on a second. FedEx truck dropped by, and I know it's for me, so I'll be right back. Guess not. He didn't have my stuff on his truck. I'm expecting a delivery from FedEx today. and they all get lost out here. He's looking for a Myers Road, and it's not here. So, how's everybody doing out there? Oh yeah, let me do my usual. Hang on a second. Raise this up here. Do my howdies while I'm here. I can barely see this thing. Post comment and welcome, folks. All right. Now let's see if I can manage to get this over here. Okay. Let's do some concrete mixing or masonry mixing. I need my gloves. There they are. Gonna be sweating up a cold wind. I'm not taking this thing off for anything. I'd rather sweat than catch another cold. Okie dokie. I'll be careful not to hurt my finger this time. All right. Ooh-wee. Be a good mix today. Hey, Paul, good to see you. God, I wish this thing would. I don't want to cut a hole in my gloves, but it's a pain in the butt having to take it off every time I need to scroll through the comments. Oh, thanks. Like the hat. Perhaps a good mix. I think. Might as well keep it filled for the next one, right? All right. Just enough. Okay, folks, let's take you guys over here back to the salt mines. Actually, I'm going to be working out here in this area, so let me just put you here for now. I'll move you after. Stupid. There we go. Alrighty, let's see here. Little on the milky side, but It'll cure. Oh, get those out of the way. Okay, got a message of some sort. Stand by, folks. Give me a second. Let me pick up my message here. It might be important. It is not important. All right, back we go. It's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. Man, wish it would make up its mind. Okay, looks good so far. Apparently there's a little wasp of some sort that's interested in concrete. It just doesn't want to leave me alone today. Yeah. What you gonna do? Yeah, what you gonna do? Guess the guy found his address. Gotta get my hammer. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the morning. If I had a hammer, I'd hammer in the early afternoon. All over this world. Okay, now we continue with the main row. Almost. We need to put in a couple of inserts that we didn't cut yesterday. So here are the inserts. And there. Those gaps, we're going to fill them in now. The other one is over there. And full of dirt. I can continue. The rest of the story. Let us continue. Let's see here. Okay, we'll do one, and then we'll see about the rest. wash that off a little while. Still need another baser to fall. That one's got to be there. Hopefully that one will do nicely. small one. That'll do. Perfect. Good enough for government work. Okay. Yeah. Clean up the other side a bit. Let me put you guys in the shade before the this thing heats up too much, because phone tends to have a problem heating up. Alrighty. All right. I'll answer your questions in a second, Jeff. I have my gloves on. I can't scroll, but I will be there shortly. Just racing the concrete, you know. You know how it is. One fits. Nope, too close. I need a 3/4 block. If I don't have one laying around, I gotta cut one. I gotta cut one. just what I need. I think you're just what I needed. I needed 3/4 block. I got 2 extra. Might as well put them over here, right? I buttered them up, so I might as well use them. Might as well use them. Okay, folks, next aisle. Aisle number 3. Oh, yeah. Here goes these. Yeah, something's way off there. Oh, I know why. That's why. It's rare, but every now and then I gotta redo this because it's just not taking. Sometimes it's a rock, sometimes it's something else. No matter. No matter. Do it right the first time. Because if not, I'd have to come back and do it, tear the whole thing apart. And that's worse. Good, good. Okay, 1, 2. Whatever. I thought that was a little loose. It's not on yet. And it's upside down. Haven't put this one in either. Goodness gracious. Forgot about that. Never have any single blocks where you need them. There. It's that time you've been waiting for. The time to fill in all the cracks. La 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 la. Fill in the cracks. Fill in the cracks. Everybody's happy when you're filling in the cracks. Oh, where's my spatula? Where's my spatula? There it is. There it is. Fill in the cracks. I'll just go from one side to the other, filling in the cracks. Fill in the cracks. Fill in the cracks. Yeah, 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 we fill in. Smokey the Bear, Smokey the Bear, huffing and a puffing and a sniff in the air. He can find a fire 1,000 miles away. Bet you guys don't remember that one. Probably not. Huffing and a puffing and a sniff in the air. See, I grew up with Disneyland records, and that was a great hit on Disneyland records. Those were the days, as they say. Those were the days. Well, these are the days, too. Can't complain these days. Okay, up to the toilet. almost done with one side. Just got to finish the end and the other side. Let's see what we got over there. Got to move on down to the other side. Oh, well. Okay, I don't know what you guys are saying, but it sounds funny. Whatever it is. Something about dancing. I shall read it in my own good time. Okay. second row and part of the third. That's one. Next one should go faster, folks. Next one should go faster. All right. Cleanup time. As always. The hammer. All right. Here's the plan. It's 2 o'clock. I'm going to clean up and chat for a bit. And then at 3, I'll do another row and a half. See if I can get ahead a little. Yeah. Get ahead a little. Howdy, folks. Time for a little relaxation. Alrighty. Switching the camera. Come on. That's better. Oh. Oh. Feels good. All right. So here we go. Let me read all the comments. Oh, I hit that one by accident. Here we go. All right. There we go. All right. Welcome, folks. Welcome. Good old Paul. Okay. Is it barbecue again today or peanut butter and jelly? Let's see. Today, I'll either have a pizza. Oh, no, I'm not going out today. That was good, though, yesterday. It was delicious. Come to think of it, I just realized something. The meal that I paid $25 for, including tip, I forgot it at the, I think I forgot it in my car. I wonder if it's still good. Pork. Overnight, it was nice and cold, 50s, but I don't think it's good. Anyway, that's the end of that. How am I blocking up odd angles? I'm not. What I'm doing is, what I'm doing with the odd angles is I am, I was going to cut them and block them, but I figure, you know what? It's a lot easier if I form them. So I'm just going to do straight blocks, and then I'm going to come and form them with plywood. It's nice and straight, and it's even, and looks better. Looks nice and even. It's better. It's cold, and it's a little dry. My mouth's dry because it's dry. What's up? Did I order the steel project for the site lighting? No, not yet. I'm actually thinking of just taking a chance and getting rope and seeing, if I can get a rope, maybe a nylon rope. They won't chew that. They'll chew up. The squirrels like to chew up the other rope. But if I get a cheap nylon rope, hopefully the squirrels won't chew it up, and we'll see how long it lasts. Because man, that wire, it's like $60 for the wire. It's expensive as heck, and then I'm not sure if that's going to be enough, so I'll probably just get, go to Rural King and buy some rope or Harbor Freight or something like that. Will I reapply the cutoff blocks after the inspection and add concrete to the holes? Okay. What you normally do after the inspection is you just simply you patch it with a piece of plywood. So I nail a piece of plywood on there with concrete nails, and then and I brace it. I'll put some angles to the ground and brace it just in case. And after the pour, I remove the forms. There's a word for it in Spanish, which I'm so used to, which is called desencofrar. Encofrar means form. Desencofrar means unform, So, or deform, but you can't use deform and unform. You got to say remove the forms. I don't know why you can't say unform. Maybe I will unform the building, whatever. Well, so you pour the concrete after it dries, or the next day you just pop off the those forms. I'll probably leave the full concrete forms for I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I guess I could remove them after at the next day. You know, just clean up everything, make it look nice. I'm not one for leaving things for the last minute. Good to see you, Dave. Yeah, that's Jeff. That's exactly what. Well, I ordered this one. It was 100 feet, and it was $100, something like that. $100, $100. It's they're very bright bulbs. It's 100. Um, it's 10,000 lumens total. Each one's 1,000 lumens. Each one of these LED bulbs. So it's really really bright. Now, what I might do for the Harbor Freight thing, um, I might consider a pathway among the trees on my way. At night, I often go into the trailer, the office trailer or whatever behind me, and work on reorganize the tools, work on the computer, that kind of stuff. And then when I got to go to the RV, this part, what I do is I have the remote lights. I mean, I could show you, but I have to get on the phone. I basically on the phone, I just go click, click, and the whole thing's remote controlled. If I leave the heater or the lights on in the RV in the office, no problem, because I got a heater in the office because it gets cold, or the AC also. If I leave them off, I mean on, click, I can turn it off from the RV. If I leave the heater on, I also have one. You're gonna love this. This is a funny story. I have an air freshener, right? I happen to have one of those Glade air freshener, and it's fantastic. But it's too powerful for that little tiny trailer. I mean, that's a 6x12 trailer, so it's too powerful for that. So what I do is I had it unplugged, but it keeps getting knocked over, and then that really really that oil just gets all over everything. Then I go to pick it up, then the oil hands, and it's just like for the rest of the day I'm smelling like lavender and chamomile. So what I did was I plugged it in to one of my remote Casa remotes, and then that way I could just keep it off, but it's plugged in, always right side up high on the wall. And when I got guests coming, or when I'm stinking up the place and I want it to smell nicer, I just turn it on for a couple minutes. It'll fragrance the place and then turn it off. Okay, it's silly, but so I've got the heater, I've got the construction lights, got the RV lights, office lights, and I got the RV lights. Because what I did was the lights in the RV, they're 12-volt lights, and I concrete. I don't like. It's just not enough lights. So, um, uh, not enough lights in the RV. It's too dim, and I like it nice and bright. So what I did was I hooked up, since it's going to be there permanently for a while. I just hooked up one of the extension cords to and plugged it in, and I bought two of those 10,000 lumen LED lights and stuff. Well, no, two of the 5,000, and then so it's in the living room. So now it's nice and bright. And excuse me, excuse me. So what I'm going to do is what I did was I did it by remote control. So during the day I can turn it off. It's an easy on off switch, rather than having to pull two different light chains and stuff like that. And the best part is when I'm in bed, and oftentimes what happens is I go, I mean, I got to get up to go to the bathroom every now and then, and so if I got to cross the RV, if I know I'm going to bed, I'm turning off the lights. But sometimes I sit and I relax like an hour before bedtime, and I find myself just almost dozing off, and I go, you know what, I got to get up and shut off those lights. So now, click, you know, everything is by remote. I also bought an RV a thermostat. All right, so you're gonna love this one. Okay, so for those of you that have seen my channel in the past, there's one of the Make Room for Hobbies. It's about the RV. It's the one of the RV episodes. I don't know. It wasn't a Make Room for Hobbies. Well, yeah, it might have been. Well, regardless, it's the whole history of the trailer and how I remodeled it and this and that. Well, hang on a second. This is down to 20%, and there we go. See if I charge it up a little. All right, so it's the story of how I remodeled the trailer and all that stuff. And so when I was at the Keys, I'll tell you the quick version of it. When I was at the Keys, my AC blew. I mean, it literally blew. It went whoosh, and all the Freon went out. This is a rooftop Dometic AC that they run $1,500. You know, the head alone cost $700 if I had to replace the head, not the control panel underneath, but the head on top. Well, this was our second day in the Keys of 9 days, and I wasn't about to cut our trip short. And it's summer in the Keys in Key Largo, so not exactly cool weather. So what I decided to do is I went over to Kmart, the nearby Kmart, and for $300 I bought a little 12,000 BTU AC. And I unscrewed one of the windows. I happened to have, at the time I had my van, and I happened to have some wood in the van. I put in 2 pieces of wood and screwed them into where the window frame goes so it wouldn't make any new holes. And I put the AC in there. And I happened to have had a bunch of insulation because my van, I had a whole bunch of insulation that I had just, put up against the wall of the van. So the car, because it's a cargo van, and it was a cargo van, so the cargo part wouldn't. I have a cage, and I didn't want the heat from the cargo van to, I didn't care to air condition the whole cargo van. I just needed air conditioning on me. So I had insulation there. Took the insulation, filled it in. I took a bunch of garbage bags and layered them like shingles on the outside for when it rained, and it did rain. And took about an hour or two, and I had the best AC. And I thought, you know what? Let me make this permanent. So, obviously on the day that I was packing up, my wife took off with her car. I stayed behind. I took off the AC. I put the window back on, brought the RV home, and then I decided there was a space above the fridge. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with RV designs, but sometimes there's a fridge. Okay, here's what it was. Originally, the fridge was near the top, like it always is, and there's a tiny little space on top, and then on the bottom there was a furnace. I don't need a furnace. For $80 I bought a heater element for my AC, and it's more than enough for any cold day in Florida. So I don't need a furnace. The furnace wasn't working anyways. I ripped out the furnace. The old refrigerator wasn't working. I ripped that out, dropped the refrigerator, and placed a regular fridge in its place. So now I have a regular fridge where the furnace was on the bottom, and on the top I had made a huge compartment. Well, guess what? It was the perfect space. I took and designed, I designed a little baffle system where the AC would, you know how behind the refrigerator for RVs you have a grill, an intake for air to keep that area, cool. And then, so what I did was, and then there's an exhaust vent for the furnace. There was an exhaust vent, just an open exhaust vent covered, with a mushroom shroud, whatever, on top. Well, I stuck in a muffin fan, a duct fan on top. And I rigged it so when I put power to the AC, I put power to the duct fan. So the duct fan blows air from the refrigerator grill all the way up through the roof. And then the AC, I made a baffle in the middle so that you know how a window unit, you have the interior and the exterior. Well, all you see is the face of the AC, but the whole AC, it doesn't stick out instead of sticking out the RV, it doesn't stick, it's in a compartment. Very convenient. And the whole reason for telling you that story is to tell you that, okay, I bought an element for the heater, for the internal AC, the roof AC. The fan still works perfectly fine. So on occasion, when it gets cold here, it's very annoying. I don't have a thermostat. Never had a thermostat on the old AC. I have a thermostat on the AC, not a problem. If it's hot, turn on the AC, it'll always keep the right temperature. But if it's cold, oh my goodness, it's a nightmare. It gets down to 38 some nights. Some nights it gets down to 50. Some nights it gets down to 68. So you never know what the temperature is. Anything below 65, I don't need the AC. So anything below 65, anything below 60, I actually need the heater on. However, that heater, if I turn it on, and again, these are the numbers in my head, anything above 45 degrees, if it's 40 degrees, 40 is about the sweet spot. If it's 40 degrees outside and the temperature inside is about, say, 75, I turn on the heater and it matches it. That little element takes it stays that temperature. It's beautiful. However, as soon as it gets above 40 outside, the temperature starts to rise inside. And I got to get up in the middle of the night because it's 85 degrees and I turn off my heater. And then it gets down to 60 and I'm shivering and I got to turn on the heater, there's 55. Well, whatever. So that's a problem. What I do is I have a space heater with a thermostat on it, and that works. But the space heater is literally a space heater. It only works on a certain space, which is annoying because half of me's cold, half of me's sweating hot. So the big heater, the big AC on top is the perfect one. All this I told you to tell you that I bought for $20 or $25, one of these remote control thermostats. 15 amps is more than enough, or it's just about right. I bought a thermostat, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the AC has a Romex cable going to it inside the AC. Well, I'm going to clip the Romex cable, attach a plug and a socket on it. Already got that. And I'm going to attach it to my thermostat. It doesn't get hot in that area in the compartment. It's the intake. So I'll have a good temperature. It'll know. That's where the temperature sensor on one of these plug-in thermostats is. I have a remote control unit, so I can raise or lower the temperature, turn it on or off, heat-wise. So now, when it gets cold, anything below 60 degrees, I'll turn on my thermostat. It'll crank on the AC already. It's on. I put the manual switch on heat, and so it'll run the fan and the heat when the temperature gets below 75, and then once it gets up to a certain temperature, it'll shut off. So it'll keep me normal. That's the theory. Basically, I'm adding a thermostat in a very roundabout way. The beautiful thing is when I get rid of this RV, I could just unplug it, either splice the wire back or just plug it together without the. And I've got a little unit, a little remote thermostat handy, or I'll just sell the thermostat with it. But that's the plan there. Let me see if any more comments. Rope light. Okay. Tractor Supply has an electric fence wire that could be put on a post to guide the work lights. I was considering that. I was considering using fence wire. Hey, you know what I just realized? But I don't think it's a good idea. I just realized something. I have a roll, an entire roll of barbed wire that I'm not going to use for anything. Trouble is, I know it's up in the air, and these things are hanging from it, but nah, it's not. No, and then when I put it on the trees and try to pull it, it's not going to work very well. But ooh, man, fence wire, huh? Let me see if I can. Because I was looking and it seemed to be everything seemed to be pretty expensive. But I'll find Tractor Supply electric fence wire. I'll take a look. Because a lot of those wires, it's just the fence wire, for example. It's very very. It's thin and it's not that strong. I mean, some of it is, but I'll give it a shot. There. When I get a roll, will you be using scaffolding on the inside or outside? No, when I get to row 7. Um, actually, Jeff, what I'm probably going to do is when I get to, I believe row 4 and even row 5, I can do from a standing up point. Once I get past row 5, what I'll do is I have what I could also do is after row 4, just set a whole bunch of blocks down on the ground. But no, that's just a lot of work for nothing. Well, what I could do is what I'm going to do is um, see, I'm shorter than row 7. Row 6 is the maximum that I can do, and I'm not going to be able to align it, sight it from the top. I have to sight it from the bottom. So, but I'm 5'7", so it's not exactly a giant. I'm not exactly a giant in the mason industry here. Well, most of the guys that work in mason work around here are not taller than 5'5". So if you get my meaning. So painters bench. I've got 4-foot painters benches, and what I'm going to do is either painters benches or most likely what I'll do is I'll set up, since it's going to be a certain section, and I could probably do a few rows at a time. What I'll do is I'll set up. I mean, you'll see it. I'm going to remember. I'm going to need uh, plywood for the formwork. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go buy a bunch of plywood, uh, slice it in long ways, 2-foot sections, because that should be plenty for the formwork. And 2 foot is ideal because when I get up to the roof, it's a good number. It, it it's not wasteful. Okay, so I'm going to nail um, these things on 2x4s. So I'm going to basically make a 2x4 um, scaffolding board, whatever you want to call it. I could set those on blocks, climb up them. So I'll probably set 2 blocks on each side. That thing will be, on 2x4s and plywood, and then I can easily set the blocks on top of the thing, and that'll probably get me to the maybe to the 7th row. And after that, I've got my baker scaffold, and I'll pile them onto the baker scaffold. I'll climb up to the baker scaffold. I'll do a few blocks, probably 4 foot. So it's Let's see, 16, 16, 32, 16. That's only 3 blocks, but whatever. Okay, I seem to be. All right, well, let me answer a few more questions. I'm at 10%, so I'm going to have to cut it soon. I don't have my. I should get a charger out here. All right, when I get to it, all right. Sorry, Jeff, I'm not at work. I'm at work, so yeah. Alex is trying to. He's working. He jumps in every now and then when he takes a break. That's what he has to do. He's going to extend the steel wire. Yeah, you see the saggy ones in the background. The sing-along has just started. Oh, yeah, the sing-along. Yeah. Yep, choir's a great idea. And I do dance. Say it's not so. Oh, my God. Yeah, those days are long gone. Breakdancing days. Can't wait for the Javi Builder video game series. 3 Little Pigs Build a House. Well, folks, thank you all for watching. And I am going to be back on in half an hour or so. I've got my concrete ready. I'm just going to take a little break, maybe grab a little a quick snack, and be back out here at 3 p.m. for another wonderful session. And I'll have the second session today. So we'll see you then. Have a wonderful day.